Wait, that's just a picture. Where's the file? There we go, SoundCloud. Yeah, I got it. I just accidentally clicked the picture. Little lo-fi? Let's go. I got you, DS. I appreciate you so much, man. Thanks for your patience. Yeah, it'll be a long stream tomorrow. Love those harmonics. This is different, Zeus. I appreciate you. Oh, we need a YY remix of that guitar. I love this. YY, this is different. Or not YY, I'm sorry, Zeus. We need a YY remix of this stat too. Zeus. Yeah, that little chorus on the guitar. Zeus, I love this. This is like the most structured song I've heard from you. There's a little pulse on the left right there I love. This is Marinera. They're called Zeus. A Marinera. Get the artist and song name in the chat, and so we can pin it to the top. Yeah, it does sound like a heart, like an actual heartbeat, not like. But I love it. I could easily hear vocals on this too, man. Saving my ooh, yeah. No guests. No. Man, I love this. Did you get a controller? Or what are you using for drums and stuff now? This has so much more structure to it. Power ballad. It's a Torvik power battle. Just my laptop? Musical typing? Shout out to musical typing and like Logic and Pro Tools. It's fun. FL2. I've done my fair share of starting ideas and stuff on musical typing when I'm just like in bed, I got my laptop or something like that. Just like, throw out an idea really quick on a synth and take it to the studio the next day. love that 6/8 too. This feels so much more polished. Zeus, you went to another level, man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the work. A major, right? You know what it needs? A little DX can. Love the different movements, man. Beautiful. Yeah, this is Marinara. Do you release these at all? Do you put these on Spotify? Why? I'm telling you. I would be releasing just on SoundCloud? Okay, let's talk. It's about to be done, and we'll talk. Yo, boy, what's up? Appreciate you hopping in. A lot of great movements, a lot of great variety. It's about 7 minutes long. I love that sound design, man. Give it up one time for the family, man. Show some love to Dr. Zeus. It's called Midnight Blues. I would 100% find a way to I would loop this for... I would find some distinctions. So I would have it come up. I would pull the drums out and bring it back down to just this. Bring it back down a little bit. Bring it back down to just the acoustic. Just the Ibanez. So bring it back down to just the acoustic, no drums. Do that for 16 bars. Then reintroduce maybe one of the lead notes over the top. Just that little texture over the top. Without that modulation, and then reintroduce the drums again for another, let's say 32 bars, let it flow, let it move quite a bit, and then bring it back down to just the acoustic again. Let this flow, find a way to loop. I'm telling you, please do it. Find a way to loop this for 30 to 45 minutes. Now, YouTube doesn't do well with looping things. It really doesn't do well with looping things. It can sense when things are just copied over. Yeah, I love it. I love everything that you're doing on this, man. I love everything that you're doing on this. I would find a way to creatively, with some different little changes, without you playing for 45 minutes, to loop this creatively for 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, after 16, and then take out some, do 16 to 32, and then just have some dynamic changes over the course of about 30 to 45 minutes, create a long loop in Ableton. And then, cause you don't want it to be a direct loop. If it's a direct loop, YouTube will stop it. They'll just, you won't be able to monetize anything. You won't get any extra benefit from it. So I want you to get as much benefit as possible. So I would, loop the foundation of it and then have some changes that you kind of, are a little bit beautiful. Do some fun stuff and then put it out on YouTube as like study music. You can do it on you can do it on BandLab. You can do it on any DAW unless it has timing limitations. But I did a 6-hour loop the other day that I was messing with 6 hours. That was messing with some stuff, some other productions and some things that I'm working on. So I did a 6-hour loop in Pro Tools the other day and just finding some creative ways to morph it as it goes so it doesn't feel directly looped visually or on the instrumental. But regardless, I would loop it for 30 to 45 minutes and just make a study song. And then we've talked to YY about this a lot too. I'm working on some stuff like this myself. Not this exactly, but just in that vein. And then just start posting these loops and these long form breakdowns and freestyles. There's some stuff if I could just create I can create holds with synths and stuff. I'll show you. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Like you can create holds like this and have them just move like this in the background. And then, let's see. And you literally just like let stuff like this go and you can create like study music and loops and like stuff like that. Just by doing what you're already doing. And then creating some like unique movements and unique structures. But like you might be able to find some really interesting methods of you doing more music and you just doing what you love, where like you can just kind of sit back and just like mess around. There's no pressure. You just, yeah. This is our version of freestyling on keys. This reminds me of when I used to like play keys in church and stuff. Like, now it's time for the offering. Bring up your tithe. That's how they said it too. Anyways, that's what it reminds me of. But anyways, let's get into the track really quick. We'll just chop through a couple things really fast. It's noodling on the guitar. It's key dancing on the keys. It's freestyling if you're a vocalist. You know the deal. But I'm just saying, I think you could find some really alternative methods of getting exposure for your music and maybe getting paid. Over time, building up an account and having some good aesthetic. Churches use 100%. Like building up an aesthetic, like work on your branding, on your aesthetic. What's up, Crow? Your branding, your aesthetic, and put it in a space. 20 people for the preacher, and start to mess around like that. Start to mess around and yeah, exactly. I mean, I used to be it. That used to be me. But anyways, let's get into it. I love your automation on this intro too. You're Zeus. I'm just hearing more from you, like more intention, and I love it, man. I would not get whatever, this is my perspective. I would not get a manager. I would just hire people to do that. So like, you don't need a manager. You don't need anybody to, I think it's mine too. Marinara, Zeus, Zeus Marinara. It's my favorite too, because it feels like a record. Like it feels like it has structure. It feels like it's got balance. It has rhythm. It has flow. It has all the things that you need out of the structure. So I'm just going to, this obviously is a lot of the same structure all the way through. So I'll chop through a couple little things. But yeah, for me, you don't need a manager. You don't, for what you're doing. You don't need a manager. You don't need someone to like control anything that you're doing. Mariner, I can feel that. I genuinely can feel that in the structure. T-Mash, unfortunately, we're closed for today, but tap in tomorrow. T-Mash, make sure that you're following. We'll be live for like 6 hours tomorrow. So definitely make sure that you're tapped in. And make sure that you get yourself up on the board tomorrow. But we're closed for today. These are our last couple tracks here. Yeah, I love it so much. Why? I love it so much. Yeah, so I don't think you necessarily need a manager, but if you want to hire someone, of course, Razor. If you want to hire someone for the visual aspects, like if you need to hire someone to use Canva or AI or whatever to like, Splice and CapCut and whatever to create your visuals and create some loops to put with this music behind it, to create your banners for YouTube, your branding, your profile pictures, like stuff like that. Just like create a little bit of a brand. I don't think you need, I don't think you need to like give someone 30% of what you're doing to do that or pay someone hundreds of dollars. I think you could find someone on Fiverr, honestly, who could do it pretty well. Tell me your aesthetic and you'll be good to go. Or tap in with people here. Yeah, if you want to do all the music, just find someone to do the visuals and give them a cut. Maybe like if you want to start releasing stuff to platforms, saying, hey, if you help me grow, I'll give you 50% of this. Like I'm not making any money with it as it is. I just want to grow. I need support. I need help on the visual side. If you're not getting a lot of business on the visual side, maybe we can go tandem in this and collaborate in a way that maybe both of us can kind of grow together. And if it starts making some money, then there's an incentive for both of us to grow in our craft and get better at what we're doing. So like I think there's potential all the way across. I've done that with production before. I've done that with mixes. mixes and things before. I'm so busy now that it's not as commonplace. But early on, I'd do a mix for $75. I do a mix for like $75 and be like, hey, maybe we'll do points to help boost it up, just because we're both trying to grow together. We're both trying to gain, some recurring, streams of income and stuff like that. So there's so many ways to go about it, man. Crow, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you, man. And Crow, I still got your credit too. We're closed up for today at the very, very top. But I still got your credit. We'll get you up tomorrow if if you have time to hop in. All right, let's run this real quick. And then we got our last two from YOY and Mitchell. Kid Flame, tap in tomorrow, man. Tap in tomorrow. I appreciate you hopping in. We're closed for today. I would love to hear what you got. Love the simplistic start. Just that little syncopated breath in the left side. I know so many, Kid Flame, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. I know so many people that would like study to stuff like this. Love the automation of those tremolos in the background. Razor, I love that. That's sick. Love it, man. No, sorry, I just got it. Just send it to them. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I want you to create like authentic exposure for it. Because you've got it, man. Like you've got the potential. All right, let me skip forward in this like last little set, because a lot of the sound design in the middle is a lot of the same. Keep it all in house. I was gonna open the absolutely. Absolutely. Let me get into this last minute here, because a lot of the actual levels in sound design, I like the balance of it. Like, I don't think it could use like a master if you want to limit it a little bit and push it forward, open it up a little bit. Sure, you could. But honestly, I more want to find ways for you to keep honing in this creativity, this format, this structure, this what you're building here in this sound design to me is so much more powerful and so much more open than all the other stuff that you sent. To me, it really does sound like a flow state, man. It really sounds like you got into a mode that feels really good for you. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Let's run this last minute. Y'all tap in, man. I love it. Cornelius, make sure that you're following and tap in tomorrow. We're closing up the lines right now. So anyone who's still in here, make sure y'all are following. We'll open up all the lines again tomorrow. We'll get everybody back up on the board who's still left. But we're on our last 3 songs. Razor, I can't wait. I'm glad you'll be here. Gravity, appreciate you being here. But yeah, everybody make sure that you're following here so you can get notified of when we're going live. We'll be doing about 6 hours tomorrow, starting around 12 Central, 12 to 12:30 Central. Probably closer to 12:30. So I can finish up lunch. Absolutely, man. I appreciate you, Razor. I appreciate it a lot. Let's go, man. Let's go. Seb, I appreciate you hopping in. Absolutely. We literally just went from like a hard, like almost metal song to this like lo-fi guitar freestyle. So we absolutely listen to all genres of music. So Zeus, Dr. Zeus, Midnight Blues on SoundCloud. Y'all show some love, man. For you, man, I want to hear more of this. I want to hear more of you expressing yourself with a little bit more freedom, but with a little bit more structure as well. It's just structured a little bit tighter, but it also feels so much more peaceful. I can feel, having drums even just alone, I can feel you settle into the production a little bit more. I can feel you like take a sigh of relief and actually start like just flowing a little bit easier. So that's what a great structure can be. So I'm so glad that you're doing what you're doing. Now I just want to, I want to find some ways for you to create additional exposure for what you're doing now, and find ways for you to like actually get some movement behind it. Like maybe like if you start a channel, you build a good aesthetic, you start to build a little bit of exposure for what you're doing. You have these like 45-minute to an hour sessions that you freestyle on the guitar. You just hit record and start freestyling, clean it up and post if you need to, attach a video or a loop to it, start putting it on YouTube, still put it on SoundCloud, upload the file of it to Spotify. That way, if someone likes what they hear, but they don't always want the visual, they can just play it on their phone in their AirPods while they're falling asleep or whatever it may be, or through their soundbar while they're trying to study. Like, give them options. So whatever you loop and upload, also put it on SoundCloud, also put it on platforms. Start to gain as much exposure. Take a clip of the visual that you use for YouTube for an hour-long session with live freestyling and looping, and also put that 30-second clip on your shorts, on your TikTok, on your Instagram. Now you can really start to get some additional movement and flow for what you're doing, all doing something you love. Like that's so much of what I've done, like over the years of like, I love playing synths. I love playing synths. I'm always here playing random synths and different things. And so I'll just post videos of it. I'll just, I'll be like, hey, like even like today, I was like, hey, I was programming this sound. Here's the sound. Like it's, I love just seeing people in their mode, in their place, doing what they love. And I feel like it really comes across. It's not just for money. It's not just for exposure, but you're actually getting to do something that you enjoy, something that you're talented in, and finding some unique ways to gain exposure and potentially even some level of financial movement. And I wouldn't even rely on that. Even if you were fantastic and things popped off, it would probably be a couple years before you really saw it. Even without that, you could just find an additional methodology of gaining exposure for what you do creatively with the guitars, with the loops and stuff like that. So y'all show some love, man. Show some love to Dr. Zeus. I love what you do, man. Absolutely love what you do. I gotta get going quick because I only have time for two more. I honestly don't have too much time, but I've gotta get these moving quick. So we're gonna close up these last ones. But y'all show some love, man. If y'all do want to submit, make sure that you're following. The lines are closed today. Nabi, please don't spam the chat. I know some of the lives tell you to spam the chat. Don't spam the chat here, otherwise you will get muted, and I would hate for you to get muted. So just don't spam the chat. The lines are closed